Alright guys, what's up guys? We're back here for another video, and today, we're reading off the stories from Reddit. We're doing the stories from Reddit, scary stories, and it's dark out, so let's catch a fucking vibe, guys. Let me spark up this joint real quick. You already know the vibes. Whew. Spark up this joint and let's just get into it, guys. I want to get into it. But I hope everyone's having a good Halloween day. If not, a good Halloween weekend, guys. So this story, it says the title is Whaler Family Murder. Okay, let's take a hit real quick. All right. Damn. This joint hit me. The Whaler family was made up of 6 Martha and Sam Whaler, the mother and father of 3 children, Tom, Ellis, and Jenny. And they had a large German Shepherd, Chip, who had been especially attached to the youngest, Jenny, and was very protective of her. They had just moved into their new home and were still unpacking all their belongings. Sam had started unloading all his tools and had started going around the house inspecting the fence and property outside of it. A large forest, it was so delightful the leaves had started changing color and falling off. He had a lot of work before the place would be the dream home they wanted, and he knew he was still 34, and he knew he was still 34. He and Martha were expecting a baby within the next 2 weeks. He was ecstatic. Martha had put the kids to work moving all their things into their rooms. She had already cleaned and put a few things up. She had felt ready to burst, but she still had to make dinner. She pulled the ground meat out and seasoned it with what they had. Spaghetti would have to work. Ellis and Tom were both 16. They were twins, but not identical. They were polar opposite. Tom liked sports and was going to apply for football when school started tomorrow. Ellis had been a bookworm and had loved video games. They pretty much gotten all their clothes hung up and started getting their posters up. Almost immediately after that, Ellis had started to hook up his console. And he started playing some space game. Ellis started to hook up his console and started playing some space game. They loved this place. It had lots of space for them to have fun. Jenny and Chip had been in Jenny's room. She was humming and setting up her dollhouse, putting all them in and talking to Chip. He was such a weird dog. He barked like most dogs, but with Jenny, he let out a small whine and was yelling softly as if replying to her. They all had seemed so happy. Hold on. They all seemed so happy. That's how it starts to all go to shit, man. They're happy one minute, and then next thing you know, the demon monsters come out. All right. They all seemed happy and nice. I couldn't help but smile. I knew they would be fun, and I couldn't seem to take my eyes off them. They had all started to go to the dining room, where the boys had started to set up the table. The little girl let the dog out to pee. I knew that the dog would have to be the first one to go. but that would have to wait for tonight. I was so excited I couldn't wait. As I turned to leave the break into the forest, the dog must have heard me and started to bark. It didn't matter. I kept walking until I got home. I had told my family I knew it would pique their interest. By the time dinner had ended, it was 8 o'clock. Sam had work in the morning at 6, and the kids had school at 7. Martha would spend the day with her sister. She would help Martha finish unpacking. They turned in at 9, and by 10 everyone's asleep. At midnight, 3 people entered the clearing carrying torches. They had found the house and pulled their masks down. My mask was a sad face, my sister's was a smiley face, and my father's mask was a hockey mask. He was so massive and strong, no one had ever won a fight with him. He was a silent monster. My sister had let out a harsh, quiet laugh. I said, "Father, this house there are 5 and a dog." He let out a grumble stare with his steely blue eyes. We made our way into the yard. Sister had started to climb into the bathroom window. She saw a shadow that struck from behind. She unlocked the sliding glass door in the back. Father made his way into the house. It was weird. We have done this a dozen times, but it still shocks me how silent my father was. He moved quickly without the sound. As we ascended the stairs, Father went into the master bedroom, but the light turned on inside the room and we hear whispers. Then a squeaky drawer light from inside floods out. There's a scream and then shots. The man had let loose 3. He missed 2 and 1 grazed Father's bicep. We started to hear barking and shuffling. I know we had to apprehend the woman, but the man is of no use, just as I thought it. Father snatched the man up by his neck, squeezing until he quits moving, but discards the man's lifeless body to the side. Sister quickly slides into the room, silencing the woman, walking her to the father. Just as that is done, we hear stepping coming up the stairs. Their laundry boy Tom comes rushing me. I tilt my head sideways, wondering what's going through this boy's head. I grabbed him by the head, slamming him into the wall, leaving a large hole in the boy now lays unconscious. I lift his body, throw it down the stairs. The mother lets out a sharp scream as we make our way down the stairs. I go first, Father bringing up the tail. I see a little girl looking at me through a slit in the door. I open it and the dog, as I predicted, was there. Sister, slithering beside me, kills the dog. I grab the girl, squeezing her until she's quiet, but she's still alive. Sister asks me, "Weren't there 5? We killed 2. We killed 2 and we have 2. Where's the other one?" Just as the word leaves her mouth, a boy hiding behind the kitchen island stands up, plants a knife in Sister's side. She falls down, letting out a cruel groan. I pick the boy up, throw him through the glass door. I cross the threshold, go into the backyard, walk the boy all cut up and crying, and swing my leg with all my might, kick him in his chest, all of the air leaving his body. He quits moving. I pick him up and Father leaves the house with the woman and sister on the shoulders. I have the little girl on one arm and the boy on the shoulder. Father let out a grumble and we make our way home. A good haul. Sam wakes up coughing, grabbing his knot. What the heck just happened? Whoa. What the heck? It just started. First it talks about a family, and then it talks about, I don't know if it's the same family or if it's another family. I don't know if I got lost in the reading. But now the family, I don't know if it's the family from the beginning or another family is robbing and killing this new family. They didn't even rob them. They kidnapped the bodies. They killed and took the bodies and said that this was a nice haul. So what they were after was human bodies. That's crazy to me. But let me look up. Okay, I think it's the same family. All right. So he says it's a good haul. Sam wakes up coughing, grabbing his knock to soothe it. The time was 18 in the morning. That's what it says in the book. It just says 18 and then literally the letter N and then the morning. He had been out an hour. He gets up slowly looking for his wife. He grabs his gun and made his way down the stairs to see his dead son. He storms through the house looking for anyone that sees the back door. Smashing goes through it. Sees a lot of blood. He gets a flash of light and sees a trail going over a hill. He follows it to a house with a massive fire raging. He tries to walk silently, but the fallen leaves gives his position away. Then he heard barking. As we got home, we were greeted by my mother, grandfather, and all our dogs. We brought the 4 people tied them to a tree, silencing them with our claws. I started setting up a bonfire. Grandfather tended to the sisters, said she might not make it to father's grumble angrily at his father. Mom wants to start with the woman, so I grabbed her and bring her to the kitchen and leave Mom delighted that she'll have my neck if I don't have to take a Wait, what? Mom wants to start with the woman, so I grab her and bring her to the kitchen and leave with Mom delighted. That's good. She'll have my neck if I don't take a kneel next to the little girl, grabbing her, moving her to the room and tie her down and move to the boy. I'm sure father will want him for what he did to his sister. Just as I get him undone, the dogs start going off. I run to where they are. They have a man pinned to a tree. It was the man father killed, but I guess he didn't. These dogs are used to hunting bears, so this man stood no chance. I said, good luck. I left whistling to the hounds to attack. He shot 3 of them and ran out of ammo. How unfortunate. As I let out a grim laugh, Mother peeks out and asks what happened. I said the dogs needed a treat. She laughed. Not a minute later, yells that it's a girl. My father was delighted. Let out a deep laugh. Grandfather patched up sister and congratulated us on the haul. We would eat well for days. What the heck? So these guys are cannibals. They're out here murdering people for food. So they literally, so in the beginning, it's a family. So in the beginning of this story, there's a family unpacking all their stuff. They just moved into a new home, and then another family comes in and kidnaps them and eats them, basically. I'm pretty sure that's how it just like switches up and changes. They're like spying on them. In the beginning, they're like seeing the person telling the story is like, you know, spying on them, waiting for the moment to like kill them, I guess. Because he's like, at midnight, 3 people entered the clearing. See, he's like, by the time dinner had ended, it was 8 o'clock. Sam had work in the morning. So they already knew what time everyone had work and when everyone was going to be asleep. And then they came in and boom, and kidnapped them all and ate them. That's crazy. This was a crazy story, man. That was crazy, man. But I hope you guys enjoy the story. Man, whoever wrote this, shout out to the dude that wrote this. Turtles to God. You're a G. That was a good story. But remember to eat, breathe, smoke weed, guys. More vlogs to come. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, guys. Zoom in, whatever. That's around. What is being free if I can no longer be me. You don't like what you see, so you rub up on my energy. I just wanna be me, smoking on that end of weed. So I just close my eyes because I know that one day everything's gonna be alright. If I try, I know I'll fly. Open your eyes and see past my flesh and see in my mind. I open my heart, you see all my scars. You see all the love that I push in the dark. Always feel alone, so I hop in my car. Push button start, I dream every day as I look to the stars. Spilling my heart while I'm spitting these bars. All alone and all alone. Oh my